This video will explain how to transform statements that are negations of standard form categorical propositions into a standard form categorical proposition. So an example of this would be the statement, not all cats are carnivores. So this would be denying the categorical statement, all cats are carnivores. So in order to understand how we're going to do this, we actually need to look at the what's called the square of opposition. And so here we have all of the different types of statements, A, E, I, and O, and they're arranged on a square. And the important things to look at is this X that goes across the square, where it says contradictory. And so what that means, when two statements are contradictory, it means that they can't be true at the same time. So whenever an A proposition is true, its corresponding O proposition is false. So if I have the statement, all cats are carnivores, that statement is true. All cats are carnivores. They're obligate carnivores. They have to eat meat. Then the corresponding O statement would be, some cats are not carnivores. And that statement is false, because all cats are carnivores. So, and likewise, when we have an E statement is true, it's the corresponding I proposition. So an I proposition with the same subject and predicate terms will be false, and vice versa. So if we have an I proposition that is true, then the corresponding E proposition will be false. So this will actually help us transform statements that are negations of one of these standard form categorical propositions into a standard form categorical proposition. So let's look at some examples to see how that's going to work. So example 1, not all birds can fly. So this is the negation of an A proposition. So we can express that symbolically, and this is kind of helpful at sort of seeing the structure of the statement without any distractions. So we have this symbol, it's like a squiggly dash. This is called a tilde. It's a symbol that we're going to encounter later on in the course, so we're going to help ourselves to it now to make our lives easier. So basically the squiggly line, the tilde will stand for not, or for one of its synonyms. It is false that, it is not the case that. So we've placed it in place of where the not was in the example. And then we have all SRP, where S is the subject term, that's birds, and P is the predicate term, things that can fly. So now, given that whenever an A proposition is false, the corresponding O proposition will be true. So that means that if it's true, if the statement, it's false that all SRP is true, that will be equivalent to the corresponding O proposition. So that's how we'll rewrite it. Some birds are not things that can fly. And you see how that says the same thing. What does it mean to say that not all birds can fly? That would mean that there are some birds that are things that can't fly, or some birds that are not things that can fly.